Stonemasonry is the act of cutting, building and maintaining stone buildings on and off heritage sites. I'm Alex Waddell and I'm a stone carver and stonemason based here in South Wales. So I've been doing this for about 7 or 8 years now, from the start of my apprenticeship through to where I am now. One of the things that you have to learn as a mason is to trust your senses and what your body is telling you about what the stone is doing. And so sometimes the stone will be saying, pull back and use a different chisel, and you kind of have to listen to that. I would like to think for my stage of my career, I'm relatively good at this, but talking to really old and fantastic stonemasons and stone carvers, you're always learning something new. So I know that there's a long road for me to go down before I can call myself a master craftsman, really. One of the really nice things about this job is unveiling other craftsmen's marks on the back of work that they produced. I also have a mark, and when I put a stone into the building, I always think about the chap who's going to have to take it out at the other end, and feel I'm part of a long lineage of craftsmen. The first thing that you will be asked to do when you start as a stonemason's apprentice would be to make a flat surface, which is actually probably the hardest of all the skills, because it involves working to an incredibly small tolerance of a millimetre over a metre, and producing a surface which is that flat, and you will spend about 6 to 9 months doing that. There's elements that used to seem very unattainable to me, and that would be the carving side of it. Um, but it's just getting used to working the material and being willing to make mistakes as well. Doing something on a small scale means you can make a lot of mistakes and learn a lot of things to then transfer onto other larger, a larger scale, without without a huge amount of cost of materials, because it's not cheap, which I think a lot of people find very daunting. So yeah. If people wanted to have a go at stone carving and were based here in South Wales, I would head down to Penarth Beach, pick up a block of Alabasta, and you can have a little go at whittling in stone. So the type of alabaster that we have here in South Wales is this lovely pink variety, and that's something I've literally just picked up off Penarth Beach. It should be easy to recognise as well, because you can just scratch it a little bit softly with your nail, and with nothing more than a pocket knife, some sandpaper, I've managed to carve that little emblem there. So you can get a lot of detail for not a lot of work. You have to get better to get the work, and you have to get the work to get better. So it's tricky, but it's nice to know that when it starts coming in, it's because you've got somewhere. It's the attention to detail. Masonry is understanding that your work isn't just going to be viewed in a contemporary context, but they have an understanding of the people that come before them, that are looking at it currently and that will be looking at it in 500 years' time. So any great mason or stone carver in this line of work needs to think about those 3 periods that are going to be viewed from.